it's that time of year again, and in the last couple of years I have not been able to source a good price on 10-10-10 fertilizer. My local Walmarts and everything have not had it in stock. Finally this year, Walmart Plus has allowed us to get this delivered to us, and we get free shipping, which is 40 pounds free shipping FedEx. You can't really beat that price. What we have been buying has been local 12012. So anything that I just planted, unless it's flowering or producing something, is either going to get like none or maybe like a tablespoon around it. Anything I planted last year that's producing will probably get a little bit. This comfrey's always sad, so I'm just going to put a little bit around it. For our pawpaws, it's 2 ounces per year of tree life. So our oldest is like 20 years plus, so we're going to give it 2.5 pounds or 5 cups. About 2 cups there. And if this pawpaw doesn't do any good this year, or the other ones, I might just quit fertilizing them altogether. Someone told me that we were having small pawpaws either because it was coming, it was fruiting its first fruits, but then years later they're still the same size. Someone else said, you got to fertilize it and that's going to make the fruits bigger. Yeah, we did it really well last year, maybe the year before, and now this is the final hoorah. It's either got to prove itself or we're done. This is it right here. There's 2. Another 4. One of those guavas. And another guava. Emerging figs here. Sugar bell here, that was the first one we planted. Was that 6-8 months ago? So we're only going to put a couple teaspoons around raised bed 1. And I considered putting some on this avocado. But let's just let the bed break down and feed this guy, at least for the first couple seasons. See what happens. If it looks too sad, we'll fertilize it later. And that kind of might look sad anyway, just because it's had a few frosts. But let's let the spring and summer kick in and see what happens. One of the persimmons we're waiting to wake up that we planted last season. And another one. And another fig. It's just a stick, but it's probably 3.5 foot in the ground. Or 3 foot tall, I should say. I don't even really want to be in wetland zone 1 right now because it's so wet, but since we're fertilizing, here's one of the citrus. Put like a half cup maybe on that one. And here's another one here. I think one of these was a cocktail citrus. The other one was just possibly a Hamlin seedling or something. I can't remember. This is a hog plum. So check this out. This is a grafted, I think it was a Pakistan mulberry, and about to fall. There's another type on it. I don't know if that's Illinois everbearing or a seedling. Give it a little bit of fertilizer. It's been about a year, right? Do these post-mycorrhizal beds where there's a plant already there. Do we add fertilizer, compost, and stuff like that? Like this chestnut, this Dunstan chestnut, this is the reason why we built this post-mycorrhizal beds, to try to make it happier, maybe to promote roots to come up a little bit higher. There's a lot of root density here of camphor, maples, sweet gums, and probably a few other things, and it's super wet. I think let's just put like a cup or so in here. This guy is really old though. It's probably 15 years old. So it's either going to snap out of it and start growing, or it's just going to keep going in decline. And it's already started to sprout out, so hopefully no frost damages it. And Boken here. Stella, move. Probably not the most efficient way to put it down, but I'm holding the camera. So navel here. Let's try to be a little bit more efficient and get a nice spread all along the root line here. Try not to get it crowded at the trunk or whatever. Really good orange to have. The star of the show, the 17-year-old seedling that I planted from Texas, from a Texas fruit that was legally imported to Walmart in Florida. I just had to say that because anytime somebody says anything about importing fruit or seeds from another state, especially for citrus, they usually get yelled at by a lot of people. From what I heard, a nursery told another nursery, I'm not going to say the name of them, but both places I get my plants from, that he should get into citrus now. And the other nursery guy said, well, I don't want to go through all those inspections and regulations. So the other nursery guy that recommended them to get into citrus said they just about quit inspecting them now, just because of HLB citrus greening has just taken over so much, and a lot of the citrus industry has left the state and changed to other crops. In other words, I guess the Department of Agriculture or whoever is over the citrus industry, the inspections and all, are basically loosening their tight grip on the state. Laws may not have changed to show that, but their actions or lack thereof has sort of been going in that direction for a while. Lemon here, we definitely need to get higher production here. We've kind of neglected this guy because we never use it, but now we're using them for pies, and we're considering like marketing some of the fruits as well locally. And this is my other sparkleberry shrub. We just planted one in the raised bed yesterday. Not sure when that video is coming out, but never had a flower on it, and it's pretty old now. I did a video last year, I believe it was, called Fertilizing the Citrus on YouTube, and it quickly, like within a week or two, got like 1,000 views if I remember right. Citramella time. Anyway, at that time we only had maybe 23 subscribers or something like that, and a lot of our videos had very little or no views. A lot of them were like local people, watching Natalie's wheelchair accommodation and fundraising events. Yes, we hit the right YouTube search algorithm thumbnail or something, or some kind of combination. And I said, Natalie, we hit over 1,000 views on this video. She was like impressed. It shows me that there are some secrets, to the algorithm that gets your video recommended and all that good stuff. That if you knew the secret, this is the marsh white here we're doing now. If you knew the secret, you could probably become YouTube rich. Yep, all the citrus are getting ready to bloom, I think. If they haven't already, give it a couple weeks. To the citramella, I think we need some more here. That dog is obsessed with chasing the wheelbarrow and all this fertilizer being kicked around. Well, we have another like 5 or 8 pounds left. Maybe that'll be something we could store, or maybe we'll run across something we haven't fertilized yet in the next few days or weeks and just hit everything with some fertilizer.